Party? Question mark. Of course, this Rush Limbaugh story is taking on new heights. Of course, as you might expect, the Republicans are trying to douse the fire. The Democrats, they're trying to throw as much gasoline on it as they possibly can. They seem to be sitting in the stands, chuckling and enjoying what's going on. That's not too Machiavellian, is it? As a matter of fact, you want to know what the Democrats are doing with this Rush Limbaugh story? Take a look at this website the DNC has put out. Go to it, guys. Go ahead. Flip that camera around. Johnny, be good. And Robert, are you on it? Here we go. Look at this. This is a form letter on the DNC website. It says, "Dear Rush, I'm so sorry I called you." And then you go over here and you can click an opportunistic brick thrower or ugly or an idiot. My comments were, what I meant to say is that you are, quote, either inspiring or thought-provoking or worthy of enormous respect. Yeah, sometimes everyone we know, Republicans, and then it goes on to say, yeah, sometimes I put my foot in my mouth, say words that I'm not thinking, speak generic, so on and on. A form letter that apparently can be used by any Republican after they insult Rush Limbaugh, and then they can apologize to him. That's Machiavellian. Joining us is Mark Preston. He's our CNN political editor. He's been writing about this. And also, of course, Murph's joining us as well, Patricia Murphy from CitizenJanePolitics.com. Mark, what do you make of this? I mean, you know what it looks like? It looks like Republicans have fallen for a trap here of some form that may have been set by Democrats. Maybe even the White House. Who knows, right?
Well, Rick, let me put it in the words of a very trusted source here of mine here in Washington, D.C. Said there's a right way to deal with Rush Limbaugh and there's a wrong way, and we've been handling it the wrong way. And that trusted source is a Republican operative here in town. And the reason is, Rick, is when you anger Rush Limbaugh, he is going to use his megaphone to attack you. And his megaphone is over 600 radio stations. He has a weekly listenership of 14 million people. So instead of Rush Limbaugh going out and attacking Democrats and Democratic policies, we've seen him this past week attack Republicans.
By the way, my producer just told me I misspoke. That website was not put out by the DNC. It was put out by the DCC, which is the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. Am I right?
DCCC, yeah.
DCCC.
That's what they call it.
Well, you know about all those cool things, don't you? What's going on here? Is this Rahm Emanuel? Because he's got I'm told, I'm not a Chicago politician follower, but I'm told he's got a history of being smart enough to do stuff like this.
He's got a history of being smart enough to do this. He has a history of having a lot of friends in Washington, a lot of friends on Capitol Hill, a lot of friends at these Democratic think tanks, a lot of friends who go on TV and say things. So this is, I think, a very coordinated campaign by the White House or other powerful people to tag Rush Limbaugh as the head of the Republican Party, and it's worked for them brilliantly. They are giddy at this point, and that's, to me, that's a warning sign. Whenever Democrats are just uniformly giddy, it's going to blow up in their faces pretty soon. Yeah,
they'll be the ones who have been crying in their milk in just a little bit. Yeah. I want you guys, Mark, listen to this, you too. This is Eric Cantor. He disagreed with Rush Limbaugh. Let's listen to him.
Nobody, no Republican, no Democrat wants this president to fail, nor do they want this country to fail or the economy to fail. What we did in the House...
Well, he's disagreeing with Rush there. He says nobody wants everybody to fail. Mark, let's start with you. Are we going to be seeing an apology coming next from Mr. Cantor?
No, I don't think so. Look, Eric Cantor is very well respected in conservative circles. He said those comments several days ago. Rush Limbaugh hasn't come out and attacked him at all. But, you know, to the point, Rick, of Democrats really doing well on this and this being a coordinated effort. In fact, it is a coordinated effort, Rick, but they've got to be careful. You know, I was talking to a Democratic
You just said, by the way, let me just stop you. You said, in fact, it is a coordinated effort.
Oh,
your sources are telling you no doubt now.
No doubt, and we can just tick through some examples. They had the Democratic National Committee chairman out yesterday, Rick, talking about this. We had President Barack Obama's campaign manager in the Washington Post today wrote an op-ed really ringing home this tune, and we saw this website out from the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. This is being done at the highest levels of the Democratic Party, but they have to be careful because at some point it might, you know, boomerang back on them. So Democrats have got to be careful about really pushing this too far.
But, you know, it seems to me that Washington is all about, guys, and I guess you'll agree with me or disagree, Washington is all about what are people talking about. We want to make sure Rick Sanchez today or, you know, Wolf Blitzer or whoever or, you know, Anderson's talking about this subject.
Oh, yeah.
And it's worked, because that's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like the Republicans have fed into it.
Yeah, well, it's the daily press cycle. Who wins at the end of the day?